There will be a telephonic interview round, and during your telephonic interview round itself, they will explain you that this is how the training will work, and they will ask you if and whether you're okay to pay the company an amount of rupees. Hi everyone, my name is Twinkle and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about FlyBig Airlines. Yes, FlyBig Airlines, who recently was hiring, and they wanted you guys to submit your resume, your photographs to apply, and I'm sure most of you all or whosoever have applied it, good luck. They must be waiting for their calls, and good news is that they have started giving in calls to shortlisted candidates. They have started taking telephonic interview rounds. So in this video, I will be telling you about what all rounds will you be going through once you get shortlisted or selected. How will the procedure go? What all questions are they asking you during your telephonic interview rounds and other further rounds, and how you're supposed to answer them? What are they expecting from you? I'm going to tell you very interesting training part of there, and the cost that they are asking you, the training cost that you guys are supposed to submit, and also I'm going to tell you the insider information. So if at all you're interested in knowing all this information, then keep watching, stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button, and if you like the kind of videos I make, then share them, like them. And also, if you haven't started following me on my Instagram, I will leave the link right here. Go start following me on my Instagram, because that's the place where I post vacancies, I do questions and answers, I do a lot of live sessions, and you can actually DM me and get to know a lot of answers to a lot of your doubts. So on that note, let's get into the video. Talking about the rounds that you will go through. So if you get a call from FlyBig Airlines, that will be the first telephonic interview. The time they call you, they will consider it as your telephonic interview. They will ask you very, very simple questions like your name, your age, basic information about where you stay currently, something about your family, questions regarding your resume. For example, you've written a language, you have done a project, whatever you've mentioned in your resume, they might ask you a question or two about that, about your family background, so that they will try to get a little chatty on the phone itself, so that they can judge your basic communication skills. And after which they will be able to gauge that whether you're okay to be invited to their Skype video interview call or a Google Meet interview call, which is their next round. Now, before they also proceed for their second round, and after they've asked you basic questions like tell me something about yourself, just very basic, like an introduction, they will also once they almost they kind of gauge that you're okay to be invited in their video interview, they will explain you about their training course, which we will come to in the later part of the video. Now I'm going to tell you about the second round. So once you clear this first telephonic round, they will inform you via an email that we will be scheduling, most probably it's the very next day. So it's going to be very, very fast. You don't really have time to prepare. That's why I always say that learn your makeup, have your formals ready, have your documents ready, because when vacancies come, that's how fast it goes. So it's going to be the very second day or the third day. So you have to be prepared. It will be done through a Google Meet or a Skype call. So as they start their telephonic interview, they will ask you questions in category, and the categories would be like personal based questions, like your personality based questions, something about yourself, introduction, things like that. Second category will be your checks. So there will be scar checks. You'll be asked if you have any scar marks, any burn marks, any tattoos in specific, any childhood injury or things like that. Not just that, you will be asked to virtually show your hands, go this way, that way, turn around. They'll ask you to stand, turn around, and of course virtually they'll check your body. There will be 2 to 3 people, so that will be done in a very professional manner. So I will highly advise you, if you've seen my how to prepare for the video interview, that video which I will link in the description box, if you haven't, please go ahead and check that. That has a lot of tips on how do you need to get ready for your video interview. Do check that. So please wear formals, get dressed nicely, just the same way that you're going to get ready for a personal interview. They're going to ask you to stand up and give a twirl, turn around. They will check everything, okay, and then only you will proceed for the next round. So please be honest in all these rounds. If you have questions like should I declare or not, be honest, because it's not going to leave an impression. They're anyway going to check it. So even if you have tattoos or no, just declare them, whatever it is, right? Let them decide, do they want to keep you or no. Coming on to the next thing. Now the questions that my students have told me, I've written down them here. So the first question that they are usually getting is, why do you want to become a cabin crew? So because most of you all are freshers, they are keeping the questions very simple. So why do you want to become a cabin crew? Why FlyBig Airlines? Because this is a new airline or whatever. Just have your preparation regarding the airline. So you know why, who are the owners, where does it fly to, if there is any mission, vision, things like that. You must know about the airline. So do your homework before you go that. This is the bare minimum, basic stuff. They will ask you what do you know about the airline, the routes where the airline is flying, what kind of aircrafts do they have. So do your research about that. Just Google them. It's pretty easy, yeah. So the other question they will be asking you, because you're a fresher and it's going to be a new job for you, new kind of routine, is if ever you have stayed alone, if you're not in the same city, if ever you've stayed alone, who all are there in your family, if you'll be okay adjusting, how do you plan to adjust and have a schedule, things like that, and how do you plan to managing this kind of a schedule. So things like these, and are you okay to relocate and how will you manage that? So the questions you keep on asking me, how will we go and stay there? Just be very confident and tell them, of course we'll find something there and it's fine, I'm ready to relocate and I'm fine working with flexible timing. So be confident when you're talking about all this. Other questions they're asking are your challenges and how have you overcome them, any situations, any difficult times that you've gone through, and things like that. Very, very basic things. So just be chatty, even if you're not very confident on how to answer, because of course you're a fresher. Some of you all must be giving your first interviews for the first time like this, not even just aviation, just out of school or out of graduation. So your first interview, so just be chatty, smiley, confident. Don't just be keep your mouth shut for a long time. And be confident, be very calm. These are the advices and things that you should have in your mind, right? The other question that I'm getting is, they're asking you how long do you plan on staying in the airline, considering that the airline is pretty new, and what if you learn everything in 6 months? Do you plan on leaving or switching? And they're also advising you. So do not say that yes, just assure them that it's a very less time to learn anything, and I would definitely, and it's not okay to jump to other airlines before learning anything else. So 6 months is a very less time. So they are kind of expecting you to stay for longer, right? The next round is about the GK and general knowledge question. So I would highly advise you to have basic knowledge, because even if you sit down and try to read up everything which is going like current affairs, it's not going to just help you. So on a daily life, just be a little aware of what's happening around, right? Just be aware. So things like who's the president of India, who's the prime minister of India, or things like what are the states in the northeast, what are the different cities in South India, what are their capitals, things like that. So you should know your Indian map well. They're going to ask you capitals of different places, because this airline is going to fly in India, and they have also plan to start their operations in the northeast. So please prepare yourself, read the Indian map. This is the bare minimum. Work on your geography, because they are going to ask you questions about geography and general knowledge. Other things that they are asking is airport names of metro cities. So metro cities, Delhi, Bangalore, Bombay, Kolkata, places like these, at least know their airport names. Do your research, do your homework, and be prepared like these. These are the questions that they are asking. Apart from that, there was another thing, because the airline is based in India, they want you to be fluent in Hindi also. So I was told that you might be asked to introduce yourself in Hindi, and also do a count from, for example, 40 to 50 or 80 to 90 in Hindi, just to check how fluent you are in Hindi. Usually, including me, when people tell you phone numbers or they try to tell you something in Hindi, they will say whatever number, like 88, or things like that, and you don't understand. Being an Indian, we don't really understand. So I will just highly advise you to just go through your counts, 1 to 100 at least, so that you don't feel blank when they ask you such basic questions. Because working in an Indian airline, you must know, when you travel with all kinds of people and you're not able to answer all these things, that is the bare minimum. You must know this. So you should not be losing your points here. Okay, so once you're done with these 2 rounds and then they like you, they will tell you that you will be sent everything in an email, and you will be scheduled for a personal interview, which I will cover in the upcoming videos about the questions and the procedure of what's happening in personal interview. For just to give you an information, the personal interview will be held in Gurgaon, so you might have to fly down to this place, things like that. Things are not cleared. I will get back to you in another separate video once I get my answers to all these questions. In the meanwhile, let's go to the training question. So yes, before or during your telephonic interview, and also during your video call interview, they will be asking you, explaining you that there is a training cost which is involved, and which is going to be a huge sum of 3 lakh rupees that you're supposed to submit to the company as a part of their training costs. Yes, they will ask you if you're comfortable. They will give you time to speak to your parents if they are okay submitting this kind of an amount to the airline. But they will also tell you that you're supposed to submit this amount only when you get the offer letter and you are okay with the terms and conditions of the offer letter. Only then you're supposed to submit this amount. Now, why this amount? Because as per the airline, operating in COVID times, this pandemic times, will incur a lot of costs to the company also. Why? Because they want to keep you in 5-star hotels during the training time. They want to give you transport. They don't want you to use any public transport. They just don't want to put even their employees or other people who are working at risk. So they will be providing you with everything, food and all, everything, as whatever was told to me by my students. So yes, they will be providing you with all these things, and which is why a sum of 3 lakh rupees plus taxes will be asked from you. And apart from that, you will be getting a stipend amount, which I'm not too clear on it. I will cover that in my next personal interview video. This amount you will be getting after the end of your training, like a little stipend amount. So that, but this amount is non-refundable, so don't think that you will be getting any money after you complete your training. So this is a very big information. This is a very big deciding factor. If you think that you want to invest that kind of money, please make your decisions wisely. And on that note, I think this was the information that I wanted to share with you all regarding FlyBig Airlines. Let me know if there are any other questions and put it down in the comment section below. And I hope that you prepare well for your interviews, and do not forget to check the description box for the videos of how to prepare for video interview, how to do your makeup and how to dress up. Everything is there on my channel already. Go through those videos and prepare yourself well. All the best, good luck, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.